Hello, Monica Calloway, and today we're going to be talking about controlling and managing performance and conflict and some of the fundamentals of controlling. And one part of what we're going to discuss is going to be some steps that different organizations or companies can take to ensure that they can go from being average to outstanding. So strategic planning begins with establishing goals and making decisions that enable an organization to accomplish its objectives. And the ultimate question can become whether the organization achieved what it intended. There is a part in our current chapter 13, that shows that in order to reach our goal, we need to establish feedback controls and monitor progress. So in this figure 13.1, it's called "You Need a Blueprint to Get from Average to Outstanding," and it goes over a hospital that kind of took some new and creative ways to make sure that their hospital, who had recently received some not so good reports, took the steps that it needed to go to outstanding. And some of the different points that it took were having a goal, incorporating training, seeking employee input, report cards using metrics that are measurable, and breaking a few rules, which kind of sounds funny, but we're going to examine a couple of statements that can kind of fit into this. And one of them is to break a few rules, see what happens. And not all rules are meant to be broken, but some of them do kind of hinder progress and hinder change that can move towards positive progress for your organization. So in breaking a few rules, when you have established procedures, some of them might be old and outdated, and you can look through those and see how a new rule could maybe be better or change things for the positive. So I guess for say that you have a customer that needs something, but it's not specifically written to the rules that it's your job to provide that, but you could go outside the box, and like if there was a patient that had a wheelchair but couldn't get into the place, well, you could arrange for a ramp to be built. And that's not necessarily in the rules, but that's something that you could do to make your organization outstanding and have positive influence on others. And another statement to go with this would be, if all else fails, check with the boss. And that's true too. So if you're not sure what to do, checking with the boss is like the first thing that you normally do. But I think another step in between that would be is do your own research, know your own problem forward and backwards before you're going and talking to your boss about it, because your supervisor has different things that they're tasked with during the day that you don't know about, and they might be busy, but whenever you come into their office, it stops them, and it might be hindering them from doing something that's even more important than what you're bringing to them to discuss. And so when in doubt, yes, do check with your boss, but also do your research and find out the source of the problem, maybe some possible outcomes that you can bring to your boss, and let them know that, these are some different outcomes that I thought that we could work with. Are they possible? And then at least your boss is going to have something to work with other than just, here's a problem that I'm having, can you help me deal with it? So if you can take that initiative with your own problems whenever you're taking them to your boss, and that can give your boss the understanding that you have that initiative and you do have the abilities to go beyond what is in your job description, and in the end it'll be better off for you. I think that's all that I have today. My partner Daryl Chambers is going to go over a few other statements that go through the blueprint for becoming average to outstanding. Thank you so much, and you guys have a good rest of the week.